It's the Grottu Orloff Show, episode 5. It's October 15th, 16th, 2020, something like that. Lots of interesting things coming out in the news. A little bit of an October surprise as we head toward that election. Make sure you get out and vote. Tonight, I thought I would show you some little small digest-sized comics and magazines like this one. Sensacional de Barrios. I hate it when skeletons attack you, but sometimes that happens. Just a little wholesome comic book from the Spanish language supermarket. Yes, I don't know. I can't read it. My wife can read it to me, but I haven't asked her yet. What else do I have in this box? Archie and Friends, A Timely Tale. I wonder what happens in here. Oh, it's As Told by Sabrina. So I wonder how that witch got involved in this. This art style is a little bit too modern for my taste. This is an important publication. The Facts Behind a Lie. Some lies being uncovered by the New York Post, but the media doesn't want you to see them if you're watching and paying attention. This is a magazine. They used to call them zines, but I call them by their full name, magazines. This was put out by my friend Alex Crow, and it's his publication, 6 Foot Crow. This was back in 1993. Now, he used to live there, right there, kind of above his shop. He had a store, a toy store called Zombie Toys. And he'd have new and old toys, and the new toys he had were like stuff from the Archie McPhee catalog, you know, cool kind of stuff. Look, he even has Charles Manson answering questions. He was a little bit younger than me at the time in the early 90s. I was in my late 20s, and he was probably maybe 20. But he was doing this magazine. I was doing my own magazine called The Sophisticate. I'll show you a copy of that in a minute. I've shown it to you before, but I don't know how many of you watch faithfully every episode of the Grottu Orloff Show. I started numbering my videos a few episodes back so I can keep track of them. This is episode 5 of my new numbering. You know how the comic books, god damn, I hate it so much, comic books starting new numbering. Like someone will be talking about, I have a copy of Batman number 25. Holy shit, from the 1940s? No, it's only a few years old. Oh, they restarted the numbering of Batman. They restarted, you know, because they want to have a new issue number 1, because then they can, you know, sell a lot if people want to buy an issue 1. So you got a comic that's been running 600-700 issues, been going since the 1930s. Well, let's just start over with issue number 1. And it gets too confusing for me. Again, this is Grottu Orloff Show, episode 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 4, 5. Okay. Trust me, it's 5. All right. All this Alex Crow art. I don't know. I don't know what Alex Crow's up to these days. Hopefully he's doing well wherever he's at and all of his endeavors. Alex Crow was a cool friend of mine way back in the old days. I used to hang out down at his store. There was a store right around the corner called Direct Hit Records, run by a really cool lady that moved to Seattle, and there are stores all around that little exposition park. One of them, I think I just saw an ad for it, or maybe I didn't. Lots of this kind of artwork. Or what's that? See, he's got the monsters represented. Okay, where was that? Yeah, there was a store next door called Forbidden Books and Coffee, and they had VHS, before DVD, they had VHS cassettes of the most rare movies and bizarre and arcane films and cartoons. And then they also served coffee. You know, it was like a beatnik place. It was like if the beatnik era had never ended and had intersected with the VHS rental days. That was Forbidden Books and Coffee, and that was run by Jason Cohen, and it's still, he's still running an antique store in Dallas called Curiosities, I believe. Haven't been there in a while. I need to stop back by there. Sometimes that couple that have disappeared from YouTube, they did a show called, oh man, what was it called? They were comic book trips, I think. Was that the channel? It was this guy, a lot of tattoos, and his wife, and it was his blonde wife, and they would travel all around the United States and go to local comic stores, and I thought it was fascinating, and that was, I really found it fun. I mean, he didn't collect exactly what I collect because he's younger than me, but I really liked a lot of it. I liked their personality. I liked how they got along. I just thought they were this cute couple. And then I think they had a few tragedies happen to them, and then I don't think they're not together anymore, and they just kind of disappeared and stopped making those videos. But yeah, look up the channel Comic Book Trips. It's still there. But anyway, they went in my friend Jason Cohen's shop, and we're looking at all the cool stuff over in Dallas. So look for the Dallas episode. They traveled all across country. But this is Jason Cohen's shop. Back then, Forbidden Books. It was a VHS and books. It was a bookstore, VHS, and it had coffee and stuff. And it was a cool place to hang out. And then there was a cool shop around the corner that sold mid-century modern antiques. And all that was great until I got mugged down there one time. And then it wasn't so much fun anymore. It kind of made me not want to go to Dallas much anymore after winding up in the hospital. I mean, you know, you get in some little fight in elementary school. You know, only scum fight in high school, you know, I think. You know, in a junior high. But, you know, elementary school I was in a few fights. But I was never in a Mike Tyson level fight. And I'm just walking out with a 1950s radio I just bought into the parking lot near Christmas. I was about to go to a Christmas party from this shop right across from where the state fair is held. It's not a good area. And this guy blindsides me, punches me as hard, I swear, as Mike Tyson. Must have hit people, and my glasses flew off. They got destroyed. They were run over by a car. I mean, he stole my wallet. He got $30. It was a real mess, and I wound up in the hospital. I thought my nose was broken, but anyway, being hit by someone is not fun. This is, I guess, from the 1930s. It's a Jehovah's Witness book. I went to an estate sale just down the street. Someone was a Jehovah's Witness for years, and this is the kind of literature they put out with these great painted covers. And I picked up a lot of it, and these two apparently wound up in this box. What else is in here? A couple of TV guides, not that interesting. Looks like shit, like a Simpsons Digest size thing. What else do I have in here? Okay. Then I've got these bachelor pad. It's like girls today that do this new style burlesque, you know, and they do this magazine, try to look like a 50s magazine, but you know, it's what is this? This isn't Jehovah's Witnesses, but it's a cool little book. How to Destroy the Works of the Devil. It's from Faith Books. Obsession and Oppression. This is from that same place in Dallas. Or is the artwork inside good? No, it's just text inside. But, you know, the cover's cool. Oh, this is one of those little free magazines the teachers give you in school to help you become a better reader. But it was about the birds, so I saved that. My dog's upset that I'm upstairs, and I've got the stairs gated because the cats and the dog don't really get along. And the cats, this is their domain upstairs, and the dog, her domain is downstairs, and she's down there crying. This is a magazine that I put out, but this is wholesome. This was done with my students' writing when I was a 6th grade teacher. So, oh my gosh, I can't. So, you know, it just has stuff they wrote. Oh, sorry, I thought I heard something. It was the video behind me. But it looked a lot like my other magazines. It's more wholesome. There's another copy of that. But, you know, I was trying to let the kids see cool culture and read about a princess of Mars. And I had the students reading Edgar Rice Burroughs novels in 6th grade. So that's cool. But they would write their stories, and I'd type them up. And yes. And it was just... And I even printed, you know, stuff from... I have a lot of stuff from old comic books, you know. That was something I did. That was being done in the late 90s. What else do I have? Oh, dang. I may need to go pacify the dog, because hearing the dog and probably down there shaking in terror is not, like, real fun. I don't think for you either. There I was trying to... You know, I put SpongeBob on the cover because I thought that would make them happy. But usually I would use this Big Daddy Roth style art. Here's something I drew. The school mascot kicking the state test rear end. Yeah, I did this kind of stuff. Over 2 million readers. So this was something so that the kids could feel like they were published writers. You know, and when you actually have your writing published and people come up to you and say, oh, that was really good, what you wrote, then all of a sudden you feel like there's a purpose for writing other than just pleasing the teacher. Yeah, I stole a lot from everything, you know. Yeah, so I guess this box has a lot of this in it, and then I later called it this. But what else do I have in here? Oh, a cookbook. Cliff Notes on To Kill a Mockingbird. What else do I have? Oh, here's the instruction manual for the television that I... well, we had one just like this when I was a little kid, and I don't know what happened to it, but then I went to an estate sale and found one exactly like it, so I guess I still have it. Here's the instruction manual for Grand Theft Auto 3. Welcome to Liberty City. Here's a Spanish... I gotta go get the dog. What else in here? Oh yeah, Video Watchdog. You remember this magazine? They would tell you, this DVD has 13 seconds more than the VHS copy, and if you get the French version, it has 12 more seconds in the, you know, Asian cult cinema. Used to be lots of cool magazines out there. Oh, do you remember this Comic Book Heaven? This was a cool digest magazine. It had a... It was right up my alley. It would reprint these kind of ads, and it would, what did they do? It was just really cool. They would have panels from comics that were screwed up. It's just kind of like, it was kind of like a magazine version of my Instagram page. Just went into the weird world of old comics. You know, Comic Book Heaven. Yeah, I'd forgotten this magazine even existed. This was back in, when was this put out? May 2002. That seems like a lifetime ago when you think about 2001 and 9/11. A long time ago. Here's this is put out by Billy Miller and Miriam Lina, the people that run a really cool record label called Norton, but they were also selling vintage Mexican lobby cards and posters back then, and they put out this catalog to let people know what they had, and they're really cool. They kind of Miriam Lina was the original drummer for the Cramps, and I gotta take care of this dog. But I'm buried in here. I've got these boxes burying me. Hold on, I gotta figure something out here. Excuse me. The dog is creating a crisis. She thinks I'm never coming back, apparently. Ay, 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 why I oughta. Okay, put that down. Why don't I just take you with me to, well, no. I'll sign off. I'll come back for episode 5.2.